Welcome to Total Access at the NAB AFL Draft Combine, coming to you from the Australian Institute of Sport in Canberra. It's day 2 and records were broken as the 100 best young footballers were again put through a series of searching physical and psychological tests. I'm Damien Barrett, positioned above the basketball courts at the OAS today, where most of the testing today took place. And before we delve into the Combine, it's been another big day of news in AFL, with Gary Ablett leaving the Geelong Cats to head up to the Gold Coast Suns on a very lucrative 5-year deal. We can see here it was the talking point of the early parts of the Combine today, with coaches, media and just all the 100 prospective draftees gathering around monitors to see what he was doing. We've got a big Total Access show today. Kevin Sheedy, GWS coach, to join us on the panel very shortly. Also Kinnear Beatson, the gun recruiting manager from the Sydney Swans. And to help me interview those people and also to talk about the big news out of Combine today, I'm going to introduce AFL.com.au draft expert Paul Daffy.
G'day, Damon.
Paul, what grabbed you most today?
Well, in 2004, Daniel Pearce ran 2.79 for the 20-metre sprint. Today we had Brad Harvey from the Eastern Ranges, 2.78, so he broke the record. Then Joel Wilkinson from Queensland, 2.75 to break the record again. Also, some of the players are shooting up in the rankings because of their performances at the draft combine. Josh Caddy ran 2.94. He wasn't known to be fast, and Josh Green from Tasmania, 2.92. So it seems interesting to see the players who are going up in the rankings through their physical performances.
A big welcome to the man sitting next to you, AIS and AFL high performance coach Jason McCartney, who oversees a lot of these kids' development. Again, what impressed you most out of today's testing?
Look, today's always a very exciting day for the fact that it's the real power testing. It's the 20-metre speed, it's the agility, and it's the running vertical jump. So to see records broken, that's always great, and a record that stood for 6 years. But with Joel there, that is the best time we've tested over a 17-year period. So outstanding from Joel Wilkinson. Brad Harvey, a player that played 4 games for Vic Metro in the under-18s, had a consistent year at the Eastern Ranges, but for him in the vertical leaping today and also speed, really good results. You'd think he just elevates his name a little bit.
Take us through the rest of the testing today. You said it was a power day of testing.
Yep.
What else was involved?
Well, with the 20-metre speed, we break it down too, and we look at the medical screenings going on at the moment. With the speed, we look at 5, 10 and 20, but also the guys, a key component is what's happening now is the medical screenings, where players are going up and all the club doctors are assessing those boys. The player interviews, the club interviews are really integral and important part of the draft combine, and obviously something that's really important in the modern game now this afternoon will take place is the repeat sprinting. So that's something, a real key component the clubs are looking at, the way the rotations in our game. It's really important. A
huge crowd gathered, didn't it, for the 20-metre sprint, and the record was initially broken by Brad Harvey, who looked pretty happy with himself until Joel Wilkinson, as we see here, recorded 2.75 seconds for the 20 metres. Extraordinary timings.
Yeah, extraordinary times. Great result for Joel Wilkinson. He played 3 games for Queensland as captain, the under-18 championships year. Had a 27 disposal game against WA. Unfortunately broke his collarbone.
The Gold Coast will take him now.
Gold Coast would have to take him. There's no doubt about that. We looked at Harvey. And the other one I make mention of is Ryan Brabazon, who has been in the system and then been playing football in WA at Subiaco. Some really good numbers from Ryan.
We caught up with Brad Harvey and also Joel Wilkinson not long after they had their 20-metre sprints. They're both pretty excited about it. Kevin Sheedy was sandwiched in the middle of them, and we pick it up here talking to Joel Wilkinson and also Brad Harvey.
So I came here not expecting to do that well in the 20, and when I saw I broke it, I was pretty stoked.
Always did athletics at school, but never ultimately, I guess, serious. And then around 14, 15, I sort of just lost the passion for athletics, so I ended up doing long jump and triple jump, was where I was finishing, and then went into cricket and other sports and tennis and that. So I've never tried to focus all my strengths on like making it at the elite level of athletics or 100 metres. So I guess surprised that I ran that today. So.
Joel Wilkinson there talking about his 2.75 second 20-metre dash. The other big test out of the day, one of the big tests out of the day, was the agility readings, which are very important in the eyes of the clubs. And Paul, take us through what you see here in the results out of that.
Yes, Billy Schmetz from Geelong Falcons, 7.9. Dion Prestia, 8 from Calder Cannons, of course. Now, both those featured very highly in this 20-metre sprint as well. Billy Schmetz, 2.92, and Dion Prestia, 2.93. So both seem very powerful athletes. Those coming 3rd to 5th, they're a bit more the rangy type. But and Ryan Brabazon not far behind them. with the sticky tape number 102 on his back.
You just see here the type of decisions and exercise they are doing in this agility test. One of the other big sort of crowd drawing activities today, I found, guys, outside the 20-metre dash was the vertical running jump. A lot of people gathered to watch it. And what did you take out of that, Jason? Because obviously it's a key one to the recruiters.
It is. Look, Kieran Harper, Brad Harvey featured again. Harper's an exciting talent, plays half forward, and he does play with that bounce and agility. Heppel again, good combination with Heppel with also some of his speed results. Joel Wilkinson's, Ben Jacobs. But what the recruiters can take away from this, real power exercise, what they can glean is, well, if you've got good results in this area, with a bit of training and technique, you will have that ability to improve your speed. So obviously speed's critical in the game.
I want to talk now about a couple of the father-son prospects. We know, don't we, that Thomas Liberatore and Mitchell Wallace are going to go to the Western Bulldogs as father-sons. Another key one is Jacob Brennan, who's not testing at this draft combine. We'll wait for the Perth one. But, guys, what do we make out of the Bulldogs getting access to two quality players in a draft that is otherwise very compromised?
It's a good year for the Bulldogs because obviously they're not going to have that opportunity with the early picks because of the Gold Coast Suns coming in. So to have the quality and calibre of a Thomas Liberatore and Mitchell Wallace, both outstanding inside midfield type players, great leadership qualities, both dual premiership players already at the Calder Cannons, to have them available father-sons, I think it's just a great pick for the Western Bulldogs.
He's got at least 10 centimetres on his old man there, I think, Liberatore, doesn't he?
He has, but plays the same, but with more height. So, he's a great inside player.
And Paul, take us through Mitchell Wallace.
Yeah, his Libber got 2.99, so just under the 3 seconds for the 20-metre sprint. Mitch Wallace just over that, but Mitch Wallace did very, very well in the standing vertical jump. Sorry, in the agility test. Now, both have got speed, and Mitch Wallace's form in that grand final of the TAC Cup really stands up when you consider that two other best on grounds in the TAC Cup were Dale Thomas and Steele Sidebottom, and they showed that big game temperament in the grand final on Saturday. So, Mitch Wallace, he looks like going very well.
Just quickly, where would they go in an uncompromised draft?
Well, they both finished inside the top 30, perhaps 15 to 20, with Libera a little bit higher than Mitch Wallace.
Sure. Now, Kevin Sheedy up very shortly to join us on the panel. Following him will also be Kinnear Beatson, the recruiting manager from the Sydney Swans. This is Total Access at the NAB AFL Draft Combine. It's on afl.com.au, and also tune into the Footy Channel on Big Pond TV at 5:30 and again at 9 o'clock. You're watching Total Access from the AES in Canberra.